Hello, this is Jefferson from Giving is Good. Today we have Stacey Pearson with us from the Gregg Pearson Foundation. I have known Stacey for a little while now. He is actually a local businessman. They have a family business called Pearson Air, and he's going to tell us a little bit about that. The interesting thing is that they are a local family-owned business. They also started a foundation for something that they went through with his brother, Gregg Pearson, the Gregg Pearson Foundation. He's going to kind of tell us a little bit about what they do, why they do it, what led up to the creation of the foundation, kind of walk us through the beginnings, where they plan to take it. I think it's very interesting how they raise funds. You know, as I'm able to sit down with people who have started charities and nonprofits, and everybody raises funds a little different. It's interesting to hear how you do it, and there may be some ways that other people, as they're running theirs or starting some, when they hear how you guys do it, you know, it may help some people, you know, and there may be some people that want to get involved. I think because cancer does affect an incredible amount of humanity, right? And I think so many families will identify with what y'all have been through as a family, as a business, you know, as an American business, and how y'all reacted to it. Sure. So fill us in, tell us about your brother. You know, walk us through kind of what happened, what led y'all to where you are now, how his life impacted y'all to do what you did.
Well, Gregg was my older brother. He was 10 years older. I'm the baby. I have a sister that's in between us, and so we're all 5 years apart. And Gregg was a great big brother. Like you would expect in a storybook type big brother, where he taught me, I always say, he taught me about as much as my dad did and my mom did, just because he was always looking out for me, always trying to make me a better person. And he was just really good like that. He was hard on me too, but I guess my life was pretty simple and easy up until his diagnosis. And he was 25 when he was diagnosed with a brain tumor.
Really young.
Really young. At the time, it was inoperable. They ended up operating on him 9 years later, and it was a total 11-year battle. And so the way he battled it, and the courageousness and valiant that he battled that, we just, when he passed away, we wanted to do something. There was a hole there that was left, and we wanted to find some way that we could honor him and his legacy and do some good. So that's kind of how it started.
So give everybody kind of an idea of the time frame.
Okay. What
year, you know, and since he was so young, and y'all been doing this for a while, so walk everybody through kind of the time frame. How long did it take y'all as a family to come together and go, let's do something to honor him, and how it all kind of progressed?
Well, he passed away in 2003, April, and amazing story. He was, got to the point where he's pretty debilitated at the end, where his tumor was on the left side, so his right hand would turn in and his right foot would turn in, and he got to where he couldn't walk, so he was in a wheelchair, and then he got bedridden, and eventually he got to where he went into a coma on Good Friday, and he passed away on Easter Sunday.
Wow.
So what an amazing story in his death. So we were able to all be around his bed as my sister and my parents, and hold his hand as he took his last breath. So it was an amazing life, but it was also an amazing death, and the way he died, and how that impacted us, and how that touched our lives. And so it took quite a bit of time for us to figure out what we wanted to do. We knew there was a hole there at the, early on. We didn't know why that was there, but we felt God just leading us to do something. And it started with just a family golf tournament. And that was really a family reunion. And it was great because we have a lot of family in the area. And for about 4 years, that's kind of what we did. We just kind of had a family reunion and played golf. Gregg loved two things. He loved a lot of things, but two of the things he loved was playing golf and getting people together for an event.
Okay.
And so we thought, well, in doing this, we kind of do both.
Accomplish it all at one place.
Yeah, all at one time and one day, and really felt pretty good about that, and things were great. And after a couple of 3 or 4 years, we said, I think there's more that we can do with this. And at the times, my sister and I weren't running the golf tournament. It was more we were there participating and enjoying it, being part of it. Mm-hmm. But after the 4th year, like, you know what? I think we can do some more with this and maybe involve our business in it a little bit. And maybe some of the vendors we buy products from, maybe we could involve them in getting sponsorships and things like that. So we took the golf tournament over at that point after the 4th year, and then have been running it ever since. And so this year will be our 18th year to do the golf tournament. Yep. So that's our one event that we do every year. It's always in the April-May timeframe on a Monday. And so that's our big event that we love to do, and it's a great day, and it's a fun day, and it's still about, getting people together and playing golf and accomplishing the two things that Gregg loved. Okay. So that's our big fundraiser every year.
Do people come in when people fundraise at golf tournaments? Usually, your green fee or cart fee is paying for the golf round, and then you have a dinner afterwards, and people bring money, because they know what they're coming for. Sure, right? Sure. They're coming to raise money for the foundation, and you make that public, so you want people to be prepared. Right. So when y'all raise money for that, and then you're putting it into the foundation, tell everybody a little bit about where does that go? What do y'all do with the foundation as far as how do you distribute money? Sure. Who do you care for?
Well, I'll go back to the fundraising side. It's a little unique in the way we go about it. We do have traditional sponsorships, and those are obviously always encouraged. We love more and more sponsorships, and you get your green fee paid for, and you get your sign out on the course and all that good stuff like most golf tournaments do. Our golf tournament is a little unique in that we try to make it a real family atmosphere. Mm-hmm. And so we have the golfers play, and then we invite their wives and kids to come up, and we have a family dinner, bounce houses for the kids, face painting. It's really just a family day to celebrate and enjoy what the foundation has done and Gregg's legacy.
It's like a golf picnic carnival.
Kind of like that, yeah, and you might say that. And it's a really well-run day, and the golf is done right, and so golfers enjoy it, but then they also enjoy having their families come and celebrate with them and having a big dinner. And so that's what happens the day of. We raise money throughout the year in a unique way. I have some very generous vendors that I buy product from in my construction company. And so as we buy product from them throughout the year, I have a rebate program set up so that they give me back a percentage of what I buy from them in a given year. And they give it in a lump sum check, usually around the February, March timeframe, about right this time of year.
For the previous year.
And so that money, instead of go directly into my construction company, they write their checks to the foundation. Right. And so that's how I raise money. It's kind of different, but it allows me not to have any overhead involved in our foundation. Right. So all the money that we bring in goes to the people that we're helping.
So 2 things good for businesses, mission-minded businesses. One thing that I like to talk about. So a lot of people may not know that whenever you own a business, if you can set up rebates, especially in the construction world, that's fairly normal. Very normal. X amount of volume might get you 0.5% or 1%, back annually, depending upon how much business you do with that company. Correct. So then they're taking those funds, giving it back to the foundation, which they then also get a tax break on. So they don't have to necessarily put it out as a distribution or a liability. They get to take a tax break, which they like probably better than just writing the check back to Pearson Air. Right. So that benefits all sides. Yep. And then you guys are taking the money into the foundation, and y'all do what with it?
We go directly to people that have cancer or other acute illness. It's not just cancer, but it's mostly cancer patients. And we help them with like car payments, house payments, utility bills, things they can't afford because they have so many medical bills. Right. And so a lot of times it ends up being like a moment where they might have just got diagnosed. And all of a sudden these medical bills are just piling on them. Right. And they forget, oh my goodness, I got to make a car payment. oh my goodness, I got to make a house payment.
Yeah.
And those things are not on the front of their mind because they're dealing with this new illness they're dealing with. So we come in and we give them a check. Generally, it's $1,500, $2,000, somewhere in that range, and that may make their house payment, for this month, and get them over a hump. Or it may make a couple of car payments, or what. It's up to them what they use it for, but that's what we structure it towards. Yeah. And so it's kind of a way to get them over a hump. And then some people, they've been in the battle a long time, and they're getting towards the end of their battle, and they have been paying their bills and filing insurance and all these claims up to this point, and they're needing a little help to get on down the road further. Right. And so it can help that way.
Or they're trying to catch up.
Catch up, yeah. And sometimes it's unique things. We've helped people with a travel expenses. They need to get to MD Anderson, and we've helped them with that. So our money's going that way. We've helped people with a medical device that they needed, like a bed in their home, like a unique bed that they couldn't afford to pay for. So it's always something like that. And most of the time we get all our referrals through our website. Okay. We have very simple forms that they fill out, and we fact check those to make sure they're accurate, things like that, just to ensure the legitimacy of everything. Sure. And most of the requests we get come from social workers at hospitals and things, cancer centers or places like that. And so they've done a lot of vetting of the people already. So we don't have to worry too much about that. But those,
which is really nice. They're already with those families. They know what's going on. They know they are a family in need of deserving some real help. They're bringing them to y'all,
and they know us.
And you trust those sources, which is a huge
benefit
versus just having people come right to the site, because then you've got to go figure out, okay, what do they need? Walk me through it. And your family.
We get some of that.
Yeah, of course, right.
But when it comes from a social worker, which is probably 90% of where our requests come from, we trust it a lot more. We trust that they've already done a lot of the background checks and everything. And so that the social workers also know what we do really well, because they've referred numerous people to us. And a lot of times they tell us we're kind of unique in that you don't have to have all these criteria to get assistance from us. My heart and my sister's heart in this thing was kind of what we felt like God was giving us a ability to be like a grassroots benevolence ministry. Yeah. And so we don't want to make it real hard to get access to the money. Yeah. We don't want to have all these forms you fill out, and it takes 7 months, and then by the way you didn't qualify.
And a board has to vote on it.
Yeah. Which we still have to do that, but we want to make it quicker and efficient, and so that we work fast. Yeah. And so generally we can approve requests within a month or two at the most. And there's some little, bits of criteria that you have to meet, but it's not a long laundry list of criteria either. Okay. So we do it what we feel like is efficient and quick, but also with integrity as well. And so then the unique thing I think that makes us a little different is that we physically deliver every check.
Do you really?
Yes. And so my mom and dad, along with 2 other couples, so there's 3 retired couples that are the ones that actually physically go to the people's house or the hospital or wherever they're at and deliver the check, along with a Bible and a daily devotional. And we put the check in the Bible as a physical reminder, a visual reminder that this is from the Lord, this is not from us. We're just the hands and feet to deliver it.
The vessel.
The vessel.
Right.
And so that's really special because we want to model it like Jesus did. And I feel like Jesus, when he was ministering to people, he first met their physical needs, and then he ministered to their heart. And so that's what we try to do. We try to give them some physical help in the form of a check that helps them right here, right now, today. But we also talk to them about Christ. And hopefully, if they don't know the Lord, then it spurs a new relationship for them there.
Hope.
Yes.
Hope is an incredible thing, especially during any time of sickness and disease. And hey, not everybody believes, but what hope can do for humanity and what people in need, just to go, hey, you know what? Number one, these people care. They showed up at my house. They're helping me meet a need when maybe other places couldn't or wouldn't. I mean, you just never know, right? I mean, there's lots of people doing wonderful things, but being able to be that foundation that delivers the check, that's a big deal, because we are in an environment where a lot of people just want to keep it all, and you can't keep it all, right? Yep. Giving is
giving is good.
Giving is good, right?
That's right.
I try not to say that too much. I don't want to be that guy. Yeah, you can say it.
There you go.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Do you think God has blessed your family business because of how y'all are handling this situation and how y'all have chosen to give back and help other people? Do you believe conceptually in that process?
100%.
Okay.
Absolutely. Our business traditionally it's been around since 1982, so it's been around a long time. And we had, pretty status quo growth for the first 30 years of our business, and it was really stable and very, everything was expected.
Yeah.
And so when I took over, it's kind of funny because I took over in the middle of 2012 when we were just coming out of the recession. And I always joke, well, it's kind of the worst of times, but it's also the best of times because anything's better than zero.
Sure.
So no matter what I do, it's got to get better, right?
So it's going to go up.
That's going to make me look good just because we're at zero right now.
Yeah.
And so the business has taken off from that point. From 1 year to the next, 16 and 17, our business doubled in revenues in 1 year. And it's been steady at that level since. And so I absolutely believe that God has blessed our business for that. I think the Lord knows where our heart is, and He knows that we're putting Him first in this. And so, yes, I absolutely think He has blessed us. We've seen growth not only in revenues, but in people that come alongside us. We've seen growth in the other customers coming our way that weren't before. A lot of different ways. And so it's been really special to kind of be a part of it and see it grow. And it's not because I'm a great businessman. It is not. It's because the Lord is taking care of it.
Sometimes obeying is being a great businessman.
There you go.
Right?
There you go.
I like this discussion, if nothing else, in the inspiration side of it to other businesses. So I believe there is a spiritual thing that happens when we give collectively, when we help people. And biblically speaking, I think there are lots and lots of examples of that and a lot to back it up. But I really enjoy having discussions with business people when they are mission-minded. So I really enjoy sitting here, having this discussion, letting people be inspired by the fact that if you are a business out there and you have a heart for something, or you are you're going through something with cancer, or you know of somebody and they need some financial help, some financial assistance, the Gregg Pearson Foundation is here, ready. They've been operating for a very long time. They don't have a crazy amount of paperwork to go through. It's family backed, it's family run. The funds that come in go out. The Pearsons don't need the money that come into the foundation to live.
We don't keep any of it.
Yeah, they have a vibrant business that feeds them, and then they have this foundation that they are using to help families going through something that all of us know. Hey, with the amount of people that get cancer, it's insane, right? I mean, it's crazy.
Absolutely.
And as we get older, that becomes a very, normal thing. We talk to people and, hey, I got cancer, I got chemo, I'm doing all these things. And, it's like we expect to hear about it, right? We expect to go through it. We expect to have family members.
Everybody's dealing with it one way or another.
Yeah.
Whether it's them or their extended family.
Exactly. Friends, family, extended family, Is there let's talk about what you think the vision or the need. When you think about, since your vision is fairly simple, money in, money out, right? Fund families that need help. If you could put a goal out there for the next 5 years, what do you think that goal would be?
Like a dollar goal?
Yeah.
Like how much to give out? Well,
how much coming in and how much to give out?
Sure. Well, there's been a couple of years recently where we gave out more than we brought in.
Yeah.
So that's great.
I understand that process.
This past year, we gave out close to $200,000.
Wow.
Here, it's all here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We don't
Yep.
go outside of this Metroplex area. There's plenty of need right here.
Sure.
We don't have to.
There's plenty of families in need.
The last year, 2018, we gave out $300,000.
Wow.
So we're well over the $1 million mark at this point that we've given out. I can't wait till the day where we give out $1 million in 1 year.
Right.
In one particular year. We're not there yet, but we've been working on processes and our responses and our timing and making things more efficient so that we can give out more. And so there's some more fundraising things that have to happen for that to take place.
Right.
But as the Lord keeps blessing our business, it's possible. Anything's possible with God,
Yeah.
right? So that's a long-term goal that I can't wait to get to at one point. We get to 500,000 in 1 year, which I think we can in the next couple of years, and then we start looking at that goal next. So,
Going to $1 million after that.
Yeah.
500,000
in 1 year. That'd be amazing.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
To give away and for a business, because right now that's mainly income that would be coming from the vendors back into Pearson Air.
Absolutely.
That is going back out through the foundation to the families in need. Right. So as a business owner, think about it. They're trying to get to $1 million in and $1 million back out. Mm-hmm. And if they do enough air business, right? Construction and air and the different things that they do. So I think that in itself is inspirational.
I think we've done this in 1 or 2 years where we actually gave out more money through the Gregg Pearson Foundation than our net profit in the construction company.
Wow.
And that's happened 1 or 2 years. I want to get to where that's every year. Yeah. And it's not because we don't want to give it out. It's just it's getting better at what we do as a foundation and more efficient and responding to requests quicker and it's all that and making the golf tournament even better and so that the rebates come in even quicker. That's the whole processes that we're working on to try to get better and better at. So I probably spend 50% of my time running the foundation, the other 50% running the construction company. So I spend a lot of time on it. Yeah. But I'm thankful that I can do that and having the construction company there to fund that. Right.
It's funny the tools that are put in our laps or that we're a part of to help us do the things that maybe God has sent us to do.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, man, I feel like I'm blessed to know you and I've got to know you over the last year and talk with you about some of this and start to understand a little bit about how your business works and what you guys are doing. I appreciate that. I want people out there to know, hey, if you are going through cancer and you have a need, there is a foundation that is helping with financial assistance, not just, hey, let us hook you up with somebody. They are physically doing it. Right. And then if you are looking for a construction company slash, you all do a lot of HVAC too, correct?
That's all we do. We do the air conditioning portion of new construction apartment complexes. We only deal with apartments.
So the big stuff.
Yeah, big construction, commercial type jobs.
Wonderful. Yep. So if you are a owner of an apartment complex out there and you're watching this,
manager.
Right? Or somebody who's about to build something and you go, hey, I would like to be involved with that, then you may want to talk to Stacey and their family and find out if that might be a good place to help, because what you're doing is helping people by doing business with them.
Absolutely.
Which is, mission-minded business, running a foundation, giving back, all of those things collective are conceptually not what a lot of people do, and we want people to hear about it and to know about you guys.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for being a part of it.
It's great.
Hopefully we'll find some people
Thanks
to
for
send
doing
your
this.
way, you know?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate you honoring Gregg and your brother and doing what y'all are doing to help all the families that are going through this.
Wonderful.
Thank you,
you
man.
very much.
Appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing.
We will.
There you go.